It's finally starting to green up. It's not dead after all. I don't know, guys. It's a little heavy out here still, but this is one of 3 of our wheat fields for this year. And as you can tell, it is finally starting to green up. Not everything's green yet, but I'll tell you what, about 4 to 6 weeks ago, this thing was as brown as can be. So there's definitely life out here still. The wheat is starting to come out of dormancy, and that means it is time to get it top dressed, which is simply spraying liquid nitrogen over the top, because like corn, wheat needs nitrogen. I was hoping things were finally starting to dry out enough. It's solid, but it's gonna be, I don't think I would rut anything up, but it's still pretty heavy on top. And with the weather we got this week, which is all high 60s, couple days hitting some low 70s, and nothing crazy, but some decent wind, another day or two would make this a whole lot better. I think Dad's checking the other fields this morning, the other 2. We'll see what he's thinking. But if nothing else, we can at least get back to the shop, get the sprayer out, get it unwinterized, and finally start doing something outside. I'm so happy to say that. We have been cooped up in the shed for what feels like forever now, and I'm ready. I'm ready to start doing some field work, something outside. Yep, more of the same thing. Talked to Dad and he agreed. Solid, but we're just going to leave some pretty heavy cleats, and that's not quite necessary yet. So unfortunately, no field work today. We've got killdeer already. My favorite bird. I love the noise. Time to start keeping an eye out for those killdeer nests. Okay, sorry about that squirrel moment. So even though we're not going to be in the field today spraying, I at least need to get the sprayer out. Get it unwinterized. But unfortunately, it's not too bad. I just got to move one tractor. What is that? A little baby bird. We're going to go ahead and leave this one out. I think that's the last tractor Kyle and Dustin have to detail. And then they will all be nice and shiny. The one time a year that they are as clean as they will be. Woo! I think I checked Op Center. It's been 28 days since this has even been started. And you guys know our luck with batteries, so it was a 50-50 shot, but she started. Where's it at? I need my adapter. I don't see it. Well, I'm at a complete loss on where my adapter is. So, because that doesn't work very well, I'm just going to go up over top. Don't move. Whoops. She's full! So I'm not overly concerned about the antifreeze being in the boom. What I'm mainly focused on today is getting some water pushed through it, getting the boom pressurized, and that way I can just check and see if what are the chances that one of the sections had too much water in it, it froze and cracked. So that's what I'm shooting for today. I just got to make sure my boom is good and that I don't have any leaks or cracks anywhere, because obviously we put it away clean, so there's not much cleaning I need to do on it. So pretty much I'm just going to do a boom rinse. And there we go, boom only, start. So now it's going to pull it from my clean water tank, and then once it primes I'll just blow it out on the ground, which is just water, and that'll in turn pressurize the boom. Alright, well, looking the boom over, I think we did a pretty good job winterizing it, because I don't see any leaks anywhere that the boom itself is cracked where it may have froze. So for top dressing our wheat, we use these fancy, they're called streamer nozzles, and as you can see it's a 6-hole nozzle that literally, so each nozzle literally just shoots 6 streams right onto the ground in kind of a spread out pattern. It's not full coverage, it's not misted, it's just an even 6-stream pass on each nozzle, and basically that gets it on the ground with minimal crop injury, because nitrogen on wheat will burn it a little bit, but at this stage, using the streamers and doing it before the wheat truly comes out of dormancy, you have very minimal effect. So let's go ahead and get these all switched over to my streamers, and we'll make sure none of those are plugged. The one time that 120-foot boom sucks is when you're rotating nozzles. Because by the time you get to that 97th one, your fingers really start cramping. Woo! Glad I don't have to do that any more than I have to. Alright, next step is going to be to run what I call look ahead. So now that I've hit that button, there's a timer starting, and it will run through every section of boom, and I can put a close eye on each one of my nozzles, make sure everything's working right. So that's how the streamers work. That's so cool. Oh, see, like that issue right there. That one wasn't going for some reason. Same for that one. So the ones that don't work correctly, I just shut them off, and then I'll come back to them, like that one right there. All right, well, it looks like I think 3 different nozzles that I'm gonna have to take off and unplug or see what's causing them not to spray correctly. Alright, let's see what was wrong with this one. Oh, just a piece of debris stuck in it. Yep, just more debris. Okay, I'm gonna run through it one more time real quick, just make sure that solved all my issues. Alright, well, nozzles are all ready to go. Last thing I gotta do before she's ready, put the filters back in. It is warm out, but I really don't feel like getting drenched. Make sure these are empty before I start. Make sure I get these shut. I've done that before. With actual chemical, had to clean my filters out, got back in, fired it up, tried to start spraying, and just two big streams of chemicals shooting out the bottom of those filters. That makes a mess very quickly. Well, just like that, she's ready to go to the field. If I wanted to today, that tanker is full of 28. I could spin around, load up, and go make a few tracks in the field. Which is why I'm not going to do that. Today is currently Monday, and we might check it tomorrow after the sun and wind today, but more than likely Wednesday is supposed to be just as beautiful and pretty calm on the wind. So I'm thinking we may wait till Wednesday to get the wheat top dressed. All right, it is time to switch gears. And yes, it is warm enough. I'm gonna roll these windows down. So I've got to get hooked onto the trailer, get the skid steer loaded up, because Dad, well, he's already out there, but he is back out on the tree line running the excavator, and I think he's got enough done finally that it would pay to have a skid steer out there to help clean some things up. Ooh, I'm gonna use my new camera. First time I've used it. It got me pretty darn close. There she is. Well, it's been a while, and I know it's dark in here. Don't worry. Don't worry. My latch to check my is full of sand. I remember when let's see if I can shake it out. Probably not the smartest idea, as it just went all over my engine bay, but hey, it's all good. Can you guys see anything? I highly doubt it. But in case you're wondering, oil's good. Boom! Oh yeah. Except I don't need the forks. I need the bucket. Chances are we're going to be putting quite a few hours on this thing in the next, hopefully in 2 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure she is topped off with fuel and all greased up before we take off. Oops. Always breaking things. Start with the one that's hardest to get. Let's do it that way. That's the one you don't want to miss, because that's the one that always gets ground in the dirt. Those bottom pivots. Alright, now the last two are the fun ones again. I can't tell, is that far enough? Oh, perfect, actually. Do you need the filter in there? Just causes you to spit back at you. She's full. You know what I just realized? I take that screen out every time filling that because it always causes the nozzle to spit back at you. But yet when I'm done filling it, I always put it back in. Why is that? Wouldn't it be smarter to just leave it out? Never thought about that before. I'm excited to finally get back out. Literally, except for what Dad did the other day, I think it's been 3 months almost since we've been able to get out there. There's a day here or there maybe, but the weather has just been nasty. But not anymore. Hopefully we can get a good weekend. The nice thing about it getting really nice right now is we can do stuff like tree lines, tile holes, things like that without feeling pressured to actually go to the field, because it's still way too early for that. So it's not like we're trying to do these clearing jobs while in the back of our minds we're like, we could be in the field. No, we don't have to worry about that mindset. So we can focus on these and really try to knock some of these projects out. Well, unfortunately, it's going to be a little soft to drive the truck back. Well, that failed. That's line. But you can see the tracks we made. I'm not going to track clear back there. So let's get the chainsaw and everything moved over to the Ranger for Dad when he gets back. He's running a few errands right now. And then we get to track this thing all the way back. Oh, I thought he took the key. You're not that sneaky, Dad. After I thought about it, I remember Dad saying that he really needed the chainsaw, that there were quite a few bigger trees that needed cut up. So I'm not going to be able to move a lot of them until I get the stumps cut off. So I figured let's go ahead and take this, do a little cutting. I can make quick work of those stumps. Wind is definitely picking up. We had actually talked about starting these brush piles this afternoon, but the way this wind is picking up, I'm glad we decided to wait till tomorrow. It's supposed to be a lot more calm. Come on! One down. Well, sorry guys, I tried to video. I got video of a couple stumps, but the wind, I just can't keep the camera upright, so went ahead, shut it off, finished cutting off another half dozen 8 stumps or so, and I actually took long enough. Dad is here, and I don't have to go back down and get the skid steer. I can just wait for him to bring it down here to me. I timed that just right. I was about ready to come down and get it.
That's good timing then.
Yeah. Alright, finally back in the cockpit. Alright, let's just pray that these hook up like they're supposed to. Oh, no. Nope, there's no way that's gonna go. I should know better at this point than to ever show up with the skid steer without 2 large adjustments. But I'm gonna go check Dad's truck. Hopefully he was thinking. Hopefully. Ah, there they are. Thank you, Dad. Just enough to let the pressure off. All right. Look at that, 1 down, and that let the other one latch. I've got half an hour. Let's see how much I can get stacked and piled for Dad to throw in the big pile in about 20 minutes. keep it from going down. I lost my pin, and now my safety latch, I'll show you. I can't lower it because I can't pin my safety latch up anymore. Normally, it's pinned up.
Well, you're kind of in a pickle.
Yeah. My initial thought was, I'll just run it. I just won't raise it up high enough to latch it. But Dad made the good comment, it's going to sit there and ride on that cylinder, and it's not worth it. I got to get going anyway. So I got a few trees moved. I got 2 decent piles over there for Dad. Didn't get much cleaned up at all. But hey, that's what tomorrow's for. Do you guys know why door handles are made of brass? Well, because it is naturally self-disinfecting. Don't know how, but it's supposed to help keep from spreading germs from person to person on a daily basis. If you didn't know that, now you do. Hope you guys enjoy the video. We'll see you in the next one.